Good morning. I'd ask you all, if you are able, to please stand for the singing of America the Beautiful. This is performed by graduate students who are graduating this year and directed by Professor John DeHaan. Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome to the 2022 Arts, Sciences, and Engineering Graduate Student Commencement. I'm John Coleman. I am the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, and after a 2-year absence, it is an especially great pleasure to welcome you all to this very special day, our parents and families, supporters and friends, as well as our distinguished University of Minnesota guests and collegiate deans. I'm honored to be your host today as we celebrate the achievements of more than 650 students from the College of Liberal Arts and the College of Science and Engineering. Today's students include those who are just finishing their degrees this spring, as well as graduates from the previous 2 years who did not have the opportunity to celebrate their achievement in person due to the pandemic. We know the hard work and commitment required to earn a master's or doctoral degree at the University of Minnesota, and we congratulate you on your academic accomplishments and excellence, as well as on your personal commitment and perseverance in achieving this important milestone while navigating the challenges of the past 2 years. And here you are. You've made it through the exciting and stressful cycle of being a graduate student. Some of you may have started your program in person, pivoted to online learning, spending far too many hours on Zoom with your instructors and classmates, and then completed your program back in person. These are moments to remember, certainly. The 2015 Pixar movie Inside Out explained that there are moments in our lives when our mind takes a snapshot of our surroundings and our feelings, and they are imprinted in our mind forever. The writers referred to that process as making a core memory. Each of us here can probably recall where we were when major events happened in our lives, either personally or as a community. I encourage each of our graduates today to take a moment, look around, and remember this feeling. Create a core memory of being here with your family and friends and the feeling of accomplishment that each of you have earned by completing a rigorous academic program under extraordinary challenges. You graduate at a time when your research, instruction, and work will have a tremendous impact on the future. While the past 2 years have shown us that we cannot foresee all of life's challenges, I am confident that the graduates in this room from CSE and CLA will be part of the solutions. You will create change in ways we can't even imagine at this moment. I'm excited for your future and the impact you will have as scholars and as agents of change in your various fields. Congratulations, graduates, on a job very, very well done. At this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished University of Minnesota guests and collegiate deans. Please stand as I call your name. Our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Tom Fisher, College of Design. Regent Cody Verhalen. Executive Vice President and Provost Rachel Croson. Dean Andrew Aline and Associate Dean Ellen Longmire from the College of Science and Engineering. And Associate Dean Ann Meyer from the College of Liberal Arts. Thank you all. The faculty in CSE and CLA take great pride in your accomplishments, and I would like to thank the advisors who are here today, who are here to share in the achievements of their students. Faculty, I ask you to please rise and be recognized for your role in mentoring these graduates and helping to ensure their success. I would like also to thank the many friends and family members in the audience for their support of our graduates. Your encouragement, maybe especially with the way the last 2 years have been, has been absolutely vital as your student experienced the rigorous process of earning an advanced degree. Today is an opportunity for you to share your pride and joy in your graduate, and a day for us to thank you. Graduates, please join me in thanking your family, friends, and supporters. Graduates, you leave the university as scholars, entrepreneurs, artists, scientists, and more. And you will be pursuing a wide range of career and life paths. You are among the best in the world at what you do as a result of your program here at the University of Minnesota. Those of you who conducted research as a necessary part of your degree requirements are now among the world's foremost experts in the questions you explored. As you go forward from here, please know that the University of Minnesota is immensely proud of your work, and that as U of M graduates, you join a global community of nearly 600,000 U of M alums. We hope you will stay in touch, use what you have learned wisely, and share your gifts generously. We wish you the very best of success as you move on to the next exciting chapter ahead. Congratulations. It is now my great pleasure to welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Tom Fisher. Professor Fisher is the director of the Minnesota Design Center and is the Dayton Hudson Chair in Urban Design in the College of Design at the University of Minnesota. Professor Fisher also served as a dean at the University of Minnesota for 19 years. Professor Fisher's research has focused on sustainable architecture, design ethics, and community-based service design. He has authored 12 books, including his latest one, which came out just yesterday, Space, Structures, and Design in a Post-Pandemic World, available on Amazon.com. And he has written more than 450 articles in professional journals or major publications. We are honored to have him join us at today's celebration. Please join me in welcoming Professor Tom Fisher.
Thank you, John. And to the graduates of the College of Liberal Arts and the College of Science and Engineering, you have my congratulations as well. You have made it through one of the most trying times in the history of this country in the midst of a global pandemic, while reckoning with ongoing economic and racial inequalities and climate change impacts. And yet, as you graduate into what will eventually become a post-pandemic world, you will discover that myriad opportunities await you. That is because for all of the tragedy that pandemics bring to our lives, they also tend to force change upon us, especially in areas that we might have thought would take decades to realize, such as the speed with which businesses and institutions went online in a matter of weeks, and the rapidity with which people around the world demanded social justice. Pandemics also tend to turn emerging trends into dominant ones, pushing things toward tipping points, as we saw with the tremendous expansion of the on-demand delivery of goods and services that existed prior to the pandemic, but at a much smaller scale. Finally, pandemics reveal inequalities and dysfunctions that have gone unaddressed for too long, as we saw with the growth of the Black Lives Matter movement and the attention now being paid to the unequal access to public health and healthcare in underserved communities, both urban and rural. While every pandemic is different, post-pandemic periods have certain traits in common. Many historians, for example, see the bubonic plague, the so-called Black Death, in medieval Europe as a contributing factor in the rise of the Renaissance, as labor shortages fueled increased wages and economic inflation, both of which typically follow pandemics. At the same time, the Black Death forced leaders to pay attention to the overcrowded and unsanitary living conditions of medieval cities, prompting a new interest in infrastructure, urban planning, and public works. Again, a common theme in post-pandemic eras. It also propelled the rise of inquiry-based universities as more people could afford an education and as academics recognized the need to understand events like the Black Death scientifically and not just theologically. The transformation of higher education often occurs in the wake of pandemics as well. Cholera, a bacterial disease that plagued the US in the 19th century and that continues to affect some people in parts of the world even today, had similar impacts. It propelled the installation of water-related infrastructure, from sanitary sewers in cities to indoor plumbing in buildings. And it revealed the unsanitary living and working conditions of many people, leading to reforms in everything from housing standards to workforce policies. It also prompted the establishment of land-grant universities like this one, with the realization that we needed people educated in what was then called the mechanical arts to meet the demands of a growing post-pandemic industrial economy. The mid-19th century cholera pandemic, in many ways, accelerated America into the modern world. Parallel impacts happened in the wake of the 1918 influenza pandemic. That viral disease led to the implementation of social distancing, mask wearing, and hand washing precautions, and it also prompted some people to resist those measures. Every pandemic, it seems, brings out its skeptics. The 1918 flu pandemic also accelerated the suburbanization of American cities as people continued to want to socially distance themselves in private automobiles and single-family houses, even to the point where the common 6-foot wide side yard setback between houses and their property lines echoed the 6-foot separation people were told to maintain during the pandemic. That pandemic also revealed the extreme inequalities that existed in American society that were ameliorated in part by the economic boom of the Roaring '20s, but mainly in part by government programs and banking reforms that made it easier for people to buy houses and cars and to start businesses. The desire for social distancing also affected higher education. The American Association of Junior Colleges, or what we would now call community colleges, was founded in 1920 as the flu pandemic waned to bring higher education closer to where people lived and to make it more accessible and affordable to a greater number of students without their having to live in close proximity in dormitories. We cannot know what awaits us once the COVID-19 pandemic finally ends, but the history of pandemics might give us some clues. We have already seen how this pandemic has accelerated us into a digital future, as many people now have some degree of choice as to whether to work, shop, learn, and interact with others in person or remotely via a phone or other digital device. We have also seen the unequal access that many people have faced in our increasingly digital economy and the crucial importance of digital equity, with infrastructure able to give every person and every household high bandwidth access to the internet. And we will likely see equally profound effects on higher education. Previous pandemics have led universities to become more affordable and accessible, and we might see, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, the emergence of new hybrid forms of education that make digital and physical forms of knowledge delivery available on a much wider scale in more efficient and less costly ways. We should not be surprised by what we are going through right now. As pandemics begin to wane, wages typically rise, unemployment drops, economies grow, and inflation increases, at least over the short term, as a renewed demand of goods outstrips the supply. Post-pandemic eras are also full of opportunities, as we realize that a lot of the old ways of doing things are no longer possible, and that we need to develop new ideas, approaches, strategies, and technologies. The opportunities after this pandemic include a rebalancing of what we do digitally and physically as we move bits more than bodies around the world, and potentially reducing our ecological footprints and increasing the economic possibilities in the process. We also have an opportunity to address the inequalities of the past, ensuring that everyone has the same degree of choice in how they live their lives, do their work, and reach their greatest potential. And as in past pandemics, we have an opportunity to protect ourselves from the next plague by investing more in public health, increasing everyone's access to health care, and addressing the unsanitary conditions in impoverished communities around the world that lead to the zoonotic transfer of disease from animals and humans that then get transported rapidly via air travel to the rest of the world. Pandemics affect every person on the planet to varying degrees, and as such, they give us a chance to try once again to create a more equitable and sustainable future for everyone, reminding us that, in the words of our late Senator Paul Wellstone, we all do better when we all do better. So to those of you graduating today, there are tremendous opportunities that lie ahead of you. Whether you are in the arts, helping us reframe our realities and reimagine the possibilities and potentials that lie ahead of us, in the humanities, helping us understand where we have been in the past and where we might go in the future, in the social sciences, helping us document the diverse impacts and creative adaptations of people across the planet, in engineering, helping us construct the infrastructure that we will need to protect us and to propel us forward, or in the sciences, helping us comprehend the complexities of the human and natural world and how we can protect both. Your talent and intelligence, knowledge and skills have never been in more demand than now. As the novelist Daniel Defoe wrote in A Journal of the Plague Year, his 1722 fictional account of the bubonic plague in London in 1665, he wrote that pandemics, quote, remove the animosities among us and bring us to see with differing eyes than those with which we looked on things before, unquote. So may you, our graduates, help remove the animosities among us and bring us to see with differing eyes the post-pandemic world that awaits us all. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Fisher, for your inspiring comments, a look at the past, and your look toward the future and the opportunities for our many graduates here today. We now come to the part of the ceremony that you have all been waiting for. We will begin the presentation of degree candidates. Will the candidates for master's degrees please come forward?
Mikelia Keisha Bradbury. Catherine Chernick. Caitlin Buckbold Neal. Molly Tweston McGowan. Courtney Oman. Robert D. Dara. Andrew James Johnson. J.J. Aiken. Maurice Allen Perkins. Amanda Lipinski. Kate Metzger. Amy Wartick. Lady Catherine Sipamocha Mancaliano Warren. Regiom Lee. Sarah M. Gardner. Kara J. Omquist. Kelly Ann Wilkerson. Annalise Grabowski. Ellen Wakely. Emily Straub. Alec Paulson. Tarak Shah. Tommy Pitcher. Michael Hartnett. Si Ying Chang. Shruti Narayanan, Maddie Greeny, Patricia Hobbs-Goodson,
Andeg Muldry.
Kara Stromback, Rachel G, Cameron Vinson, Missy Drew, Ethelyn B. Kaba, Sarah Dansinger,
Kevin Koss.
Lauren Erndt, Siu Ho Gang, Sandra Paulette Decum, Karen Donahue, Brooke Hubert, Jody Lehua Robinson Kelly, Lauren McKee, Isabella Tenuta, Callie Adams, Caitlin Lee Murrell, Jenny McCormick, Jinan Ho, Hallie Cromley, Shallie Johnson, Elise Delaware, Christina Klein, Catherine Tyre, Saeed Shaiya, Syed Ali Hosseini, Michael Felsen, Lucas Rosen, Daniel Casillo, Roger Gamal, Lin Nguyen, Ru Yuan Wan,
In Lay.
That's a tough one to follow.
Yep, it is. You should carry me across the stage.
Yeah.
Claire Elizabeth Hartwig Alberg, Anna K. Mahoney, John Burbage, Benjamin Stark, Onit Gebrahiwat, Miat Mo, Deb Bishash, Ashwin Sridhar, Sandhya Ratnam,
Shri Dakshitha Pema. Ishan Joshi.
Imad Diamande, Cha Lu Hui, William James Elke III, Kyle Young, Tom Bernard Dunker, Ibrahim Wardi, Matthew J. Egan, Jeremy Trujillo, Satyesh Fakimi, Nick Thomas Arsvold, Michael Lucky, Andrew August Kivy, Eric Robert No, Emma Runno, Bailey Hadnot, Amalia Catherine Hornum, Madeline Weiland, Tiffany Michong Tran,
Luke Spencer.
Parker Erickson, Andrew Michael LaFortune, Sabrina Albertson, Anna Renee Pishak, Sam Walzak, Joseph J. Osborne, Jonathan Gallagher, Colin Klugel, Nayeli Guillen Rodriguez, Aditya Rajguru, Isaac Hisano Kasahara, Emily Mulhall, Dwayne Carl Mickleyord,
Calvin Roth.
Jacob Clark Selinsky, Jack Thomas Florenzig, Nick Karlovich, Desmond Akira Halab Kamas, Brady Stoffel, Betty Rose Marie Sandrak, Matthew Evan Brockish, Yu Fang, Isaac Marquardt, Nalcese Duke, Mohammed Khatib, Monica Beckel, Brian John Baker. Stephen Eric Misselt. Jackson Healy Benning. Brian Cardigan Chantigian.
Andrew Petrescu.
Samrid Shrestha. Faris Al-Humayani. Shannon Densler. Xia Xiang. Wei Chi Wang. Beverly Ann B. Farraher. Bernard Ochieng. Matt Gallagher. Ameya Sanjay Zoshi. Samida Manik Dabole. Nani Jin. Ayushi Rastogi. Mayura Ajit Nene. Aditya Kandekar. Atharva Ashish Mahabaleshwakar. Jaren Job Subichan. Vamik Patel. Jiwong Choi. Hang Xie. Ji Changzhou. Hao Xinqian. Elnaz Daraipur. Runsheng Ma. Xi Jishu. Kristen Lauren Recinto. Samantha Ann Schmigel. Emma Schneider. James Jerome Kerber. Griffin David Higley. Alex Michael LaValle. Henry Schmitz. Juan Carlos Velasco Barbosa.
Sai Shurun Sunder.
Mireles Diaz. Tyler L. Wendland. Andrea Marie Walker. Rishab Girdhar. Rishab Mehta. Tanvir Singh Verdi. Mohana Krishna Vutukuru. David Ma. Yiming Yao. Hua Yue Shi. Rachel Gosser. Joe Broomhead. Milagros Fernandez Oromendia. Bridget Seifert.
Joey Habeck.
Guang Yang. Matthew Ryan Protus. Jaylee Waldschmidt. Mark Stephen Asp. Alex Placentia. Robert William Wagner. Jesus Garcia Garcia. Vikram Venkata Puram. Salem Bajali. T. Roy Yan. Lin Shi Chang. Trevor K. Karn. John James Hickey. Alina Alawala. Danica Christner. Amanda Strezzo. Courtney Marie Backstrom. Raju Balasubramaniam. Chuo Lin Wu. Allison Elise Miller. Tusha Devjani Barman. Henry Agaba. Thomas Calhoun. Jaewon Kim. Yu Chi Liao. Chayapan Paka Chaifang. Renee Shower Fink. Elizabeth Ann Hiley. Ioana Palizu. Xiao Cheng. Qi Runshan. Tian Yu Zhou. Nick Jones. Kylan McCreary Duff. David Nikolai. Cole Robert Peterson. Jayant Sharma. Lalita Mina. Stephen R. McDaniel. Mark Sheldon. Nagandar Pitanbaram. Pradeep Sarangula. Ananda Kumar Asakan. Yasin Khan. Thomas Francis Gade Jr. Jacob Johnson. Prithvi Raj Botsa. Sir Wei Wang. Vijay Aditya Penmetsa. Joseph Daniel Premkumar. Saurabh Gupta. Sravya Amudaparam. Asha Sankar Ramalakshmi. Akila Shaheen. Rahul Bojwani. Rachit Jas. Karthik Buddha. Aditya Aniruddha Gaidani. Ranja Bhati Sen.
Palyavi Mitra.
Shreyasi Paul. Sanket Takare. Chirag Maheshwari. Vignesh Satyamurthy. Nikhil Mauli. Anurag Haridasu. Arshas Shiparamati. Chetan Pinto. Nikhil Satish Naik. Patrick Owen Haney. Devin Lee Bauer. Courtney Carnup. Abhishek Roy. Mohammed Umair Jamil Chorgai. Aditya Koratkar. Shravani Kurla. Nidhi Patel. Emily Christine Brown.
Lauren Bench.
Ryan Kleberger. Simon Tianong Tran. Bobby Schultz. Christopher Hotman. Denna Delise Downhour. Suraj Khatri Chetri. Jire Mabamba. Kyle Shimo. Dundup Tamang. Sam Stevens. Kyle Rust. Daniel Wayne Breidenbach. Claudia Ochoa. Lindsay M. Canerza. Evan Huber. Corin Ty McCard. Anand Kanan. Daniil Andreevich Rezakolov. Joseph Desjarnet. Joseph Francis Hoffman. Casey Gwynn. Anthony William Ellevin. Alexander Richard Joseph Rose. Madeline Laura Stevens. Roman Krypon. Elizabeth Mary Barnes. Aaron Malik Dunphy Knighton. Brian Kantar. Robert Martin Varani. Stuart Henson. Bhavdeep Kumar. Michael Whitney. Mashfiq Anwar. John Caspers. Andrew Daniel Brose. Emily Rose Clark. David Haugen. Suana Valenki. Joseph Kwong. Zechariah Matthew Bertelson. Tan Tien Duan. Celine Deng. Ice Suterat.
We will now present College of Liberal Arts doctorates.
Kristen Fitzsimmons. Vanessa Cambier. Ximin Lee. Un Hei Hyun. Yu Chun Liu. Sen Yi Yang Chen. Xiao Ting Huang. Rachel Johnson. Shang Chang. Ye Shan Liang. Veronica M. Kim. Jordan Buckholtz. Xiwan Lee. Yonji Kang. William Neese. Jay Afrizondo. Paula Cuellar. Han Ki Chung. Ryan Odell. Kai Yin Lo. Riley Jerome Palmer. Igor Malkov. Adoy Day. Amber M. Hamilton. Amy L. Bolus.
Oh, they have a box for sure.
Jen Cho Liu. Mari Gaddis. Rachel Jones. Corey Fleck. Marta Troiki.
They're doing every other.
Adrian Davis. Robert Petchik Wakely. Yue Hua. Sean Evans. Daniel Guest. Zach Herbert. Madison Murphy. Jishu Wu. Natalie Strack. Albert Raya Munte. Benjamin Moorhead. Sergio Ernesto Barrera. Ross Butzer. McKenna Turner. Jessica M. Kraus. C.U. Lee. Maria Sanchez. Rachel Bell Houston. Aphasith Eichinger. Garrett Johnson. Logan Stundal. Patrick Snyder. Tracy P. Blossenheim. Britt Van Papegum. Samuel Chuseong Wong. Caitlin Sisk Kohler. Kara Kedrick. Carrie Miller. Katrina Elena Yetzi Woodley. Kristen Kraus. Joseph Whitson. Yun Kyung Cho. Hannah Chittenden Maruyama. Rye Gentleman. John Little. Nikki Otten. Sasha Maria Suarez. Francis Limo. Ryan T. Steele. Edgar Jesus Campos. Amber Joy Powell. Sarah Catherine Billups Moore. Monica Jarvie. Chelsea Lizette Cervantes de Blois. Christopher Nagel. Sanita Sengupta. Eduardo Nevarez. Caitlin Davis. Mang Chen Liu. Danielle Molly Stambler. Jason Herbert. Ryan Wold. Patrick Wills. Jennifer Somi Kang. Elizabeth Howard. Adrian Vicente Chavana. Zachary Ployer. Jose Manuel Santillana Blanco. Sayan Bhattacharya. Kyriakis Carroll. A.K. Wright. Christopher Kaufman. Anthony John Thomas. Allie Cooperman. Justin Dean Croct. Hannah Berg. Magali Ortiz Auca Piña. Rebecca Kazinka. Natalia DeFeel. Timothy J. Fry. Sandra Relier. Deborah Elizabeth Lee Ferron. Allison Jean Steinke. Clara Juarez Miro. Hao Xiu. Sarah K. Wiley. Scott Memo. Yuqia Xu. Zhi Qingdong. Sheng Chen. Yaxin Fang. Yang Yang. Huan Shuai Zhang.
We will now present College of Science and Engineering doctorates.
Leonardo Lay. Brett Highschmidt.
Chung Peng.
Sudipta Roman Bishash. Pravakar Roy. Jennifer One. Hak Ray Lee. Sophie O'Brien. Connor Michael O'Brien. Tu Fan. Matthew Levere Rinish. Harini Chandramuli. Sarah McRoberts. Sunita F. Chapuri. Zachary Lavanyan. Gregory James Michael. Cora L. Brown. Monty S. Avery. John Riggs Harwell. Sahiti Gorti. Prakriti Kalra. Colin Scott Smith. Brendan Graziano. Sida Hay. Xiang Gao. Scott Henson. Ankita Knight. And Marie K. Brinda. Elizabeth Gossick. Mojgan Guftari. Nader Tavaf. Mariam Nikpasand. George Frederick Regal IV. Beth Dewing. David Justin Goldfeld. Megan E. McGreal. Constance B. Anderson. Stephen James Underwood. Stephanie Mitchell. Xiu Yi Kwang. Hung Wang Pham. Mang Sun. Kyun-Young Kevin Park. Mahfuzur Rahman. Zamshed Iqbal Chowdhury. Shiva Jimalizavura. Ali Eslami. Ibrahim Shemshadian. Thomas Peterson. Yan Luo. Carrie Ping Wang. Xiang Yi Chen. Naveed Emamdust. Kenneth Louie. Hyunmo Kim. Bao Yue Fan. Sina Shirinpur. Yang Zesheng Son. Yi Chao Chang. Xia Yi He. Xin Yu Li. Ying Xue Zhou. Xinyan Li. Mehran El Yassi. Syed Amir Hossein Hosseini. Amanda Tenhoff. Aaron Paul Tucker. Adel Yoshioka El Mahdi. Emma Ann Shinstock. Sambawa Priya. David Ramirez. Yuan Wang. Blair Trout. Othman Wadriri Idrisi. Macy Flood. Santosh Adhikari. Siddharth Reddy Karuka. Angel Mansable. Checkley Adolfo Huerta. Christopher Ertsgaard. Matthew Overby. Zara Forotanina. Adel Soroush. Amareza Gassami. Chia Lee. Anushri Ramanath. Kriti Agarwal. Yan Lee. Yuan Fu Yue. Sabirat Rubaya. Joden Christopher Morey. Trisana Marissa Mosafir. Anna Catherine Huff. Kane Valtieres Gaitan. Sankar Ganesh Muthukrishnan. Daniel Escobar Naranjo. Abhinav Tripathi. Biswaranjan Mohanty. Gaurav Nayak. Venkat Ram Subramanian. Prince Kumar. Allison M. Sear. Zachary Gallagher. Casey A. Chitwood. Wei Han Lin. Justin Wilmert. Michael Crumrine. Adam Weidling. Valentine Eben. Johan Son. Preston Drew Donaldson. Athena Eugenia Metaxas. Paritos Moreshwar Bide. Shweta Narayan. Thomas Kroll. Vishal Panwar. Wei Chi Chen. Srivatsa Anantaramu. Ya Li Chang. Rong Ma. Chris Regan. Ming Han Wei. Jia Wei Mo. Xi Jiangxia. Xiao Xuan He. Andreas Caddis. Agoritza Polizu. Jacqueline Lydia Pasek Allen. Kanav Kasla. Burhanuddin Yaman. Tang Xianghang. Jennifer Lohani Asp. Tian Hao Yan. Trung Hu Tom Tao. Kyung Yun Volcano Kim. Vish Chandrasekaran.
So it's customary at this point for me to ask you to give all of our graduates a round of applause, which you just did. However, these students have really been through it. So let me suggest we give these students an especially loud round of applause. That was very, very good. Thank you all. Regent Verhalen, these doctoral and master's candidates seated before us are presented to you.
I think this is the part you've all been waiting for. Will all graduates please rise? Upon the recommendation of faculty and by the authority of the Regents, I now confer upon you the degrees for which you have been qualified. Congratulations.
Thank you, Regent Verhalen. Congratulations to all of our graduates. We will conclude our ceremony today with the singing of Hail Minnesota, the university's alma mater. You will be expected to break out in this song routinely, so I suggest you start memorizing the lyrics at this point. I ask everyone to stand if you are able. Thank you so much. I do want to invite our students, their friends, and family to refreshments on the East Concourse, main level. You'll see a big M. That's where that is happening. And for one last moment, I want to thank all of our people here who have attended to celebrate our new graduates. Congratulate you. Very best wishes as you begin the next phase of your lives. Congratulations.